Good morning. Um, I always say that, huh? Today we're on page 28, which for some reason I thought was the end of this area chapter, but it's not. So let's do page 28 here. We get some caffeine. We got Stephen talking to this kid, Sergeant. And they're talking about this dude, Mr. Deasy, who I don't think we know who he is yet. Let's see. Straight up. You can read along at home, you know, or if you're driving. Actually, you shouldn't drive and listen to this. It's gonna fuck you up. Page 28. Do you understand how to do them now? He asked. Numbers 11 to 15, Sergeant answered. Mr. Deasy said I was to copy them off the board, sir. Can you do them yourself? Stephen asked. No, sir. Ugly and futile. Lean neck and tangled hair and a stain of ink. A snail's bed. Yet someone had loved him, borne him in her arms and in her heart. But for her the race of the world would have trampled him underfoot, a squashed boneless snail. She had loved his weak, watery blood drained from her own. Was that then real? The only true thing in life? His mother's prostrate body, the fiery Columbanus in holy zeal bestrode. She was no more, the trembling skeleton of a twig burnt in the fire, an odor of rosewood and wetted ashes. She had saved him from being trampled underfoot, and had gone, scarcely having been, a poor soul gone to heaven, and on a heath beneath winking stars a fox, red reek of rapine in his fur, with merciless bright eyes, scraped in the earth, listened, scraped up the earth, listened, scraped and scraped. Sitting at his side, Stephen solved out the problem. He proves by algebra that Shakespeare's ghost is Hamlet's grandfather. Sergeant peered askant through his slanted glasses. Hockey sticks rattled in the lumber room, the hollow knock of a ball and calls from the field. Across the page, the symbols moved in grave Morris. In the mummery of their letters, wearing quaint caps of squares and cubes. Give hands, traverse, bow to partner, so, imps of fancy of the Moors, gone too from the world, Averroes and Moses Maimonides, dark men in mien, and movement, flashing in their mocking mirrors the obscure soul of the world, a darkness shining in brightness which brightness could not comprehend. Do you understand now? Can you work the second for yourself? Yes, sir. In long shaky strokes, Sargent copied the data. Waiting always for a word of help, his hand moved faithfully the unsteady symbols, a faint hue of shame flickering behind his dull skin. Amor matris, subjective and objective genitive. With her weak blood and whey sour milk she had fed him, and hid from sight of others his swaddling bands. Like him was I, these sloping shoulders, this gracelessness. My childhood bends beside me, too far for me to lay a hand there once or lightly. Mine is far and his secret as our eyes. Secrets, silent, stony, sit in the dark palaces of both our hearts. Secrets weary of their tyranny, tyrants willing to be dethroned. The sum was done. Sorry, I read part of 29, which I don't think I have any rules, so it's just what happened. 28, huh? This page is really something else. All of these words here, they're so beautiful the way they sound, saying them. And yet, like the numbers they're doing together in Sargent's notebook, these words are quiet, you know. They're not these noises coming out of my mouth. They're these symbols on the page. And I'm turning them into another thing by reading them out loud. Reading's so interesting. I wish more people did it by themselves and in quiet and without other people around to look at and smell and distract you. But look at the page. They're just lines. Across the page, the symbols moved in grave Maurice. I gotta look up what that means. Maurice. In the mummery of their letters. These letters are wait, mummies. Is that what that means? Mummery? Sounds like nursery. Wearing quaint caps of squares and cubes. These letters are kind of cute. And this font is pretty nice too. Give hands, traverse, bow to partner. So, imps of fancy of the Moors. The Moors, they called these people, the groups of people, the Muslims, who ruled southern Europe, all of Spain and Portugal, and northern Africa, the Moors. And he says, gone too from the world, because, well, the Europeans came and the Catholics came, killed everyone, pushed them away. Gone too from the world, Averroes and Moses Maimonides. I don't know too much about these words, but I feel like they're romanticized philosophers from the past. I mean, it's like I've only encountered like hipsters who are like, yeah, I'm really into Maimonides. Yeah. So, but maybe they're incredible. I don't know. Um, dark men, dark men. We have this kind of racialized situation going on here, which we're going to find runs throughout the book. Flashing in their mocking mirrors the obscure soul of the world, a darkness shining in brightness, which brightness could not comprehend. Ah, that line's nice. Do you understand now, viewers? Have a nice day. Don't drive and listen to this. Don't look at anything and listen to this. Close your eyes.